People, I'm continuing to make my content, sharing the stories of when I was first published in the Nursery World magazine, working at Luton Street Community Nursery, London Early Years Foundation, when I used the opportunity to deliver the EYFS curriculum. I was the EYFS coordinator, the SENCO, the multi-generational working approach facilitator in September, 5th of September 2011 to be exact, when Sky News visited Luton Street. The CEO who came later, I had my homemade books laid out on show. I left Luton Street. I didn't take one of them with me. They were all left there. June O'Sullivan took one of my homemade books in good faith, saying she was going to develop it up for a teaching and learning tool. Now that June O'Sullivan has sanctioned discrimination after the death of my mother, and I'm seeing my intellectual properties in videos online, I've contacted YouTube. YouTube said I'm to send evidence. I'm still waiting. So wherever it is, pedagogic capitals of any cultural capitals, economic capitals, social capitals, whatever capitals they are using, came from my homemade books via my studies with the Open University, Lambeth College, other training and stuff. So I'm putting on record that the judiciary of England and Wales, the criminal justice system, the Crown Prosecution Service, and cohorts will be charged for aiding and abetting criminals who I discovered might be responsible for the abuse reviews coming out of men in child care. I done a Voice of a Child research for June O'Sullivan in August 2010, months after I was a participant in Dr. Mary Hudson's research papers for the Policy Studies Institute recommended to ACAS. Now, there is a war going on between Mervyn A. Myers, London Early Years Foundation, and all career criminals. Gonna leave this one here. I'm going in. If my husband don't want the food that I cooked yesterday, I will have to cook something afresh. So see, people, I can never be hungry. Whenever my stomach can take it, I can have food. See, I'm telling you, I have to be careful from where my nail is breaking this side, and I'm diabetic, so I have to be aware. So I'm not going to stay out here any longer. I think I've done lots today. Having been out for a few days, I was depressed and trying to do things to get myself back in good shape. Whenever I am depressed, I don't function. I've never hidden the fact that I suffer with depression. And in the letter I wrote to Delise Ipton on the eve of Mothering Sunday, 14th of March 2015, it is clearly detailed what I said, and it's also online. I've had counseling. I've been on mental health research, and that's why Southwark health ambassadors will be hearing more from me. As my mentor Calvin Reed says, Yes, Professor Calvin Reed. He said something about vinegar and honey. Yeah? You don't even need honey to trap these unscrupulous people who are part of the abuse rings. And there's every proof leading up to the fact that Richard Harty kicked me out of university because he panicked. I had discovered he's the mastermind of many in childcare abuse rings. I was always wondering, and I questioned Conor Bartgate before he jumped ship to Bright Horizons. So I had no knowledge. I did not link men in childcare and a voice of a child until after Richard Harty panicked and called my phone. And then I went and done my research. Now everything is been hidden, but I've already captured it. So then people, when I do my research and provide my evidence, it will turn out that yes, there's every possibility that with all good intentions, Richard Harty's Men in Child Care is now the forerunner for the abuse rings. Are there pedophiles operating in the early years? That's a question that needs answering. So go over to the government. I've written open letters to David Cameron and Theresa May. And Theresa May government rejected my petition. Samantha Gibbs was given reference to be on the Grenfell Tower inquiry. No, not Samantha Gibbs. Samantha Gibbs is the Housing for Women terrorist. Samantha Jones was given a reference to be on the Grenfell Tower inquiry. The Samantha Jones who made up contagious disease, and then after the judiciary of England and Wales colluded, she then got me going to court for ECRO. Probably Judge Parfitt is a pedophile. Probably Judge Dyte is a pedophile. Probably Judge Freya is a pedophile. Probably Judge Martin is a pedophile. Probably Judge Hildebrand is a pedophile. Probably H.J. Shanks is a pedophile. Probably Justice Simla is a pedophile. Paul Kernaghan, Adam Jones, Brian Doyle, all those criminals at the Small Claims Court, Sterling, Rand, Zimmel, Bell, and all of them. When you think you not escape this judgment here, 8 years. What you have done to me and my husband, me are going now. You see the potato them, I mean that. You see my garden, the insect them is competing with me for my strawberries. And they're also eating the tomatoes. And I don't know what else they're eating. But look, people, soon I'll have pumpkin. And I have runner bean. I can do a meal. I'm going to think of something nice to do. So yes, people. This year has been rather productive. I promised myself I'm going to get pumpkins this year. And there it is. But I have to be mindful of this finger with my diabetes. See? From the quit. Over and out. It's Merville Myers, the criminal needing an emotional regulation treatment in Alma Grove. See how I nurture people? I made that.